All right, man. We just gonna go ahead and get started. Stop bullshitting.
I prefer that.
Hey.
We back at it again. Episode 7. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Go ahead, do your thing. Yeah.
It's the Porch Podcast. Come on, huh? And it's the Porch Podcast. Yeah. And it's the Porch Podcast. Come on.
Here we go.
And it's the Porch Podcast. Porch Podcast, episode 70. Influential spitting rhymes very, very heavily. P-Funk is the name of this episode. Let me get in my mode. Watch it come explode. I'm in my zone. I'm in my cone. I'm in the full blown. Nah, I don't do blow. I just flow. Influential is the illest, and I thought y'all know, huh? Yo, let's keep on going. Keep on growing and we keep on flowing. Keep on doing it till we get a moist. Influential's here, and this is the choice. You know why? Why? Because it's the Porch Podcast. Come on.
Come on,
and it's the Porch Podcast.
Do your thing,
and
bruh.
it's the Porch Podcast. Come on.
Yes, sir.
And it's the Porch Podcast. Let's go. 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 Let's go.
We back. Yo, cuz, I want to meet the dude in the background that be laughing like that. That one that be just rolling.
The one that just be laughing hard, super hard.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Hey,
Welcome to the Porch Podcast. Welcome to the Porch Podcast. It's your boy DJ E, Mr. Influential, and I'm rocking with my brother, man.
Be original, baby.
Talk to him, Pete.
Back
Talk
at it,
to
back at it, man. Listen, episode 70. Wow. Episode 70. We call this one P-Funk. Hey, man. One thing I have to say about the whole situation when we talk about funk, it makes me think about a time that I heard a whole lot about, man. Coming up from my parents, my uncles, aunts, like we was talking about before, and the seasoned citizens, the OGs, the old heads. They talked heavy about, man, them 70s, man.
Yes, they
and
did.
I'm talking about, you got, I guess that's the disco era. I guess that's, they were talking about pimping. Got to take it there.
Got to take it to pimping.
It
ain't easy.
A lot of stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean? A lot of stuff was going on. And, that's what we jumping in this week, man. We jumping right on into that P-Funk, man. Talking about
P-Funk.
episode 70, that P-Funk.
P-Funk, but you got a little, don't you got a little bit of relation to it? P-Funk? Talk to him.
Right, well, me being P, man, P original, baby. I bring a lot of funk to the equation. And I don't mean body odor, baby. You know what I mean? I'm talking about styling and profile. You know what I'm saying? And I have no problem with being born when I was born. But I wish I could have actually experienced some of the 70s, man.
Yeah.
I wish I could have experienced it. Because, I heard a lot of funny stories, a lot of maybe the P is for provocative stories.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff, man. If you go back and you look at some of the movies that they was playing back in the day, I got to look at some of the dates on stuff like, the Mac. I got to look up.
Look that up, yeah.
Like JD's Revenge.
Oh, that's my shit.
Yeah. The 70s, man.
Clap it up for JD's Revenge, man. That's my joke, man.
I really wish that I could have experienced it, man. Now, there's a part of me as well because of the things that I am aware of today. Brought me and E to this conversation this evening, man. It's about as nice as the 70s I've heard were.
Right.
I wish that we could blend the two times.
Right.
And some people may say that we are doing that because if you lived and survived the 70s and you're living now, that means that you have to blend what you experienced in your life. But nah, it's a difference because they actually know what the 70s was about. People who lived during that time period, with young adults and all that kind of stuff living, fast and free. I'm talking about like, bruh, we remember beepers, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what
heavy 90s, yeah.
Heavy
and
90s.
80s.
I don't know what landfill they threw all them beepers in. I don't know where those beepers are. But what I'm saying is I would like to know what it would be like for a young pop. You know, y'all know we like to talk about our father, man. Dops.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dops, man.
Shout out to Dops, man. Shout out to Dops.
You know.
Yeah. Just got off the phone with him not too long ago.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just imagining him back in the day with a cell phone, man. You know.
In the 70s.
I mean, in the 70s, because he's not a big talker on the phone now. You know, you might get the occasional text, which is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm just imagining if he had access to a cell phone, right?
In the 70s.
In the 70s, though. It's a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
What would some of them text messages been like, bro? You ever think about, like, you know, the whole lingo was different then. They ain't talk
Hey,
like
well, nah, it actually be the same as he talk now. Dops will text you and be like, yeah, what's up, Jack? He was saying Jack in the 70s. Right on. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about, baby. Like, it wouldn't be too much of a difference. Because you got to realize something. Where you were at, I guess, as a young adult. What I mean, like, your young adult age is like 18 and up. Okay? Not, you know. We still talk the same as we did then. Like, when we was young, you know, we used to use the word fresh.
Right, but we ain't saying fresh now.
Yeah, but we wasn't 18. We was saying dope at 18. You don't say dope no more?
Seldomly, bruh.
I say dope all the time. Yeah, that's dope. I comment on people's posts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. I mean, but we ain't, we okay. The kids now words say, oh, that's lit. I don't use that lit shit. I don't do that. I don't do that.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, Dops was using Jack in the 70s, and he'll still call you Jack right now.
Yeah, I think so. I'm just saying, talking like even if you look in your phone, right, bruh?
Right.
You know, you got auto, you know, you got spell check or auto correct, whatever you want to call it. You know how you start spelling the word, they know what you want to put on there, and they finish it out for you.
Right.
You know, that would have came in handy. But when you sit back and you really think about, like, for instance, remember me, you was talking about it before. I'm not you know, I just want to know what it would have been like, right?
Right.
The whole pimping thing, man. You know. What's his name? What's his name? Bishop Don Juan?
Bishop Don Juan.
Like, could you imagine, you know, them guys, man, would be out there on their phones trying to FaceTime their employees. I'm going to say employees.
Right.
Not like what you would probably say, E. Which wouldn't be employees.
What
you
I
might call
them
by you probably would be calling them by their job descriptive title. I'm not going to say
streetwalkers.
You can do that. That's what you want to go with. That's cool. So
prostitute.
He would have a camera. I don't know.
Call girl.
Nah. You can call him. Go ahead.
I'm not going to use. I'm not going to call him the word you think I'm going to call him.
Oh, I'm glad. Thank God.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that. You know, you just exercising in a little bit of
restraint,
a little bit of clean thought. Yeah.
Thought or thought. Thought or thought. You said clean thought.
I did. Yeah. Hey, what they say back in the day? Hey, man, players make mistakes too, man.
Yeah, players fuck up. Listen, I got a real serious question for you though.
Okay.
Do you think that everything that was prominent in the 70s is done now?
Give me an example. Break it down.
Well, we know the way they dressed in the 70s. Nobody's walking around looking like, you know, the great George Clinton. You know what I mean? I remember I met him one day. It was a beautiful day when I met him. Tell you a real quick story. We was doing our
Atomic Dog.
We was right. Boom, boom, wow. So,
drugs.
Yeah, we was doing our 10-year reunion. I mean, Trent class of 99, so it was 09. This was 09. And that same particular night, we was at the Marriott downtown where the reunion was, but that same particular night, you know, Funkadelic was at the War Memorial Building right next door. So I come out in the back and we taking in the sound. I'm helping, because of course I was part of the committee and definitely to get the DJ. I ain't want to DJ our own reunion. I just wanted, chill. Um, but I looked and I said, "Is that George Clinton?" He turned around just as smooth. "Yeah, it's me, young blood. What's up?" And just turned around, shook my hand, took a picture with it. I should have had the picture ready, man. I should have had the picture ready, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because people have a hard time believing you. Not that you're a liar or nothing, but
Right,
we just like supporting evidence of what you're talking about. I take your word for it.
right.
I believe you, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that was a dope experience, man. Your word doping.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's used,
I mean,
but
I mean,
they don't. What
yeah,
I'm
go ahead.
saying is they don't dress like that no more. So,
No.
what do you think? That's from the '70s that was prominent. That's still prominent till today in today's world.
Um, kind of talked about this before. I think that there are certain things that you can wear. We kind of talked about this already. That you can get away with because you talk about them or call them something differently than what other people call them. Like right now, the average person of this generation, I don't know. We can talk about the cutoff age or whatever, but like I know Papa call a linen suit a walking suit.
Yeah, cool suit.
I think if he was saying that to somebody who was from the 70s too, and he was describing it even over the phone, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm trying to find out if you got anything in burgundy, man, a walking suit." I think you got to be born of a certain time period to know
Right,
exactly what's on. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know
right.
because I don't know it to be called that. So
Yeah, yeah. That's just
certain
like
things, certain things I think is around, but I think fit into certain age groups
right.
both ways though.
That's like
Both ways.
yeah.
Because I think it's some now stuff that old heads probably shouldn't be bothering with.
That's like when I get dressed up. I don't always.
Right.
I might put on some. You go to the store. They call it chino pants. But
Chino pants. Yeah? What's
all
that?
they really is a dress pair of khakis. See, it's a different. First of all, everybody be like, "Oh, the khakis." Khaki is a color. It's
Good
not
point.
It's not a style of pants. It's a
Yeah.
color.
Just like
That's
red is a color, not a flavor.
yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But khaki is a color. So when I wear a lot of times when I get dressed up, I put on some chinos and a person to call them like a dress pair of khakis. Like they don't fit like your regular pair of khakis, but they gonna get you in anywhere. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I put my shoes on with my hard bottoms, little polo, and I'm good. Look like a salesman. But that's just what it is.
What you selling, eh?
Huh?
What you
Well,
selling in khakis, bro?
it brings me to my point. It is something that's out there that was prominent in the '70s that's still prominent now. Hence the name P Funk. Where do you think? Where do you think the P's coming from? What does the P stand for?
I don't know.
Psychedelic. That's what the P stand for. Psychedelic.
Okay.
The
All
P
right.
was psychedelic.
Hey, listen, man.
Instead of LSD though.
Right. It's always some letters or something about it.
Instead of LSD.
So,
It's they pushing P.
yeah, right. Right. Very good point. So, yeah. What you think they did? What you think they did with all the disco balls, man?
Still got them. They still got them. Now you want to know
still
what they
got
Nah. You know what they did with all the disco balls? Shout out to everybody who wear cubic zirconia. That ain't nothing but an old disco ball they broke up.
What?
That's
what
what.
you think? Word.
That's what cubic zirconia. Look it up. I bet you
Hey,
looking it
nah,
up. You'll
I ain't
see.
looking that up. I ain't even putting that in the system. First and foremost. Nah, I think
Google what did they do with all the disco balls? See what happened.
they probably ain't gonna have no results for that. They gonna be like they still around, man.
I bet you. I might look it up myself. Watch.
What do they do with all the disco balls, man?
Nah.
You know what? While I'm sitting up here looking it up for, where are all the disco balls? I'm gonna put that in here. But what I was gonna say is this: what's funny is how quickly things change.
Right.
I'm saying that like I don't have any recollection of being out there partying and enjoying. Like I hear stuff from people, man. Like I say all the time, that make you laugh. But you hear somebody say something, and I'm not promoting anything about drugs or nothing like that. But I'm just
Nah,
going off of basic conversations and things I
nah,
hear.
right.
I done heard jokers say, "Man, the weed they got now,
Yeah, yeah. Because I really don't
man,
know.
Now, but it becoming so legal, now we in New Jersey and we got
Yeah,
some stuff to kind of talk about with that because from what I understand, the police officers in the 70s, they couldn't smoke marijuana and be police officers. I don't
right.
know if they did or didn't. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that changed. Quite sure it just became a legal situation there and it's probably still a big hot topic conversation. Needless to say, what I was going to say about the whole thing about that is, I heard somebody say one time that, yeah, man, I can't smoke none of them blunts.
Yeah, I
I
need them
have a
shit.
joint.
I need easy
I need
waters.
I need them easy wide. I need them papers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing because, like I said, when you look at the timing of things, like when did it become somebody? Would you imagine being around that person that one day ran out of easy waters and said, man, oh man, yeah, I just got this right here. I ain't got nothing, man. Ain't nobody got no rolling papers, man. And who was the guy that came around and said, "Nah, man, I got these cigars, man, Philly blunts, man, Garcia Vegas and Dutch Masters,
Yeah,
because that's where it was at first, before
yeah,
the raps and all of that kind of stuff."
yeah.
And I know I may be sounding like a person who actually
Indulge, but you didn't. You just know
indulges
how
in
to
these
go.
things. I don't. Now I just listen to people very well.
Me too, bro.
I listen. That's how I get my information. I research things.
I was at the
regurgitate that situation back to y'all.
I was at the airport and
Okay.
yesterday, and I just said I looked, and this particular passenger was getting ready to get on, and me and my wife was sitting there, and I said, "That's powder." She said, well, "How do you know?" Just know what it look. I know what it looked like. That's powder. Look at the whiff. Look at the whiff of her nostrils at the time. Her whole time, her face was like this.
Wow.
Like she took a bump before she
look
got on
at
that
the-
plane. Like that's what makes her flight easier. It's powder. And it's crazy because she kept trying to get on the plane before everybody else. It was they kept calling Zone 1, right?
Zone. Yeah. Well, okay. That's probably what they named whatever it was that she indulged in. Zone 1.
Nah, Zone 1. You know how like everybody's seated in Zone 1 can board now. You know how that go, right? So they kept calling. They kept calling Zone 1. She kept walking up, and I'm laughing, right? I'm laughing because, like, baby, look. It wasn't even on a plane. It was somebody from the, like, you know how you got one gate here and there's another gate here. It was the other gate. We could just hear them clear because we were right next to them. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So she keep walking up, and it was like, ma'am, you got to back up so the other people can get off the plane. And it was like, okay, Zone 1, please line up in a yellow. She stepped up again. Like, baby, so here's the funny thing. Her husband's sitting right there next to her. He's fucking dying. He's laughing at her. Like,
Because she blasted. And he
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So she looks at somebody and says,
that was a mime word.
she blasted. So she looks at the wall and says, "Damn, do you see where it's yellow at? Like, do you see where it's yellow at? I don't see yellow." She asked somebody else. Finally, I said, "Because they not talking to you, man." I said it. Her husband started dying. I said, ma'am, that's them over there. Like, she's like, "Oh shit." And I said, and I looked at Lee. Powder. I'm telling you, man. You know what I mean? That's what that is.
Pointed it out.
Right.
Wow.
So here's the funny thing.
Wow.
I kept going, bruh. I had to at the now she leaned back. Lee like look at her face, man. Now we both letting it go because we tired. Look at her face. Look at her face. She's fucking gone, right? She said, right. Then her husband
Living
just
life with
laughing.
no regrets.
Husband just laughing. I said, ma'am, I'm gonna give you the greatest. I said, I'm gonna give you the greatest signal when you know it's time to load the plane. She said, what's that? I said, see the pilot? Nobody's getting on before him. Nobody. I'm just telling you that now. I said, he's fucking chilling over there charging his phone. He's charging his phone. Look at him. Right? AP, her husband, face red, laughing, tears, laughing, like, yo, he's right. Baby's right. I'm telling. Once you see the pilot go on. So then I said, you know what? Watch me. When you start seeing me put my shit on, my book bag on and everything, then you'll know. Then you'll know. But you ain't got to keep running looking for the yellow that doesn't exist over there, man. It's not there.
A whole color.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Husband just laughing.
Laughing.
Like you know,
Like-
he the one, like that, you know, because because he's enjoying the fact that she's gone. Like,
yeah, he go right, bruh. So then a dude to the left of me laughing too. I said, okay, we got action. That's what the dude said. You right. Pilot started to unplug his shit. Get ready to get it right. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. We can't get on the plane if people getting off. I said, hold on. I said, I'm going to give you the whole play down. They going to come off. You're going to see the last person come off. Somebody going to be wheeling them off because you know somebody needs special assistance. Not knocking anybody, but that's just how it goes. Then I said, you see a little vacuum right there? Chick going to walk down there with the vacuum, right? Because she got to clean it up. You know what I mean? Then she's not going to come back, though. She's going to come back, but she's going to come back without the vacuum. No, she's going to come back without the vacuum.
right.
She's going to come back. And I said, and then you're going to see the pilot. Once the pilot start unplugging his shit, that's when people start getting their stuff ready. I'm telling you, bro.
It's time to go. You know what it sounds like, right?
What?
It sounds like she had came from one hell of a party. And
Yeah.
since we talking about parties,
Exactly.
I got a full service event company that is guaranteed to take care of all of your event planning needs. Please let them know who that is. Look, check it out. Let's get that stress off your plate, all right? Got that big event coming up, and you don't want to have to do all the work. I got a company for you, full service event company, that's going to take care of all of your event planning needs. That's www.fncevents.com. A full service event planning company. Take all the stress off your head, kick back and enjoy the party. Once again, that's www.fncevents.com. Head on over there, get that party booked, and get it done. Back to the show. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's front and center events. Front and center events.
Yes, sir.
Got to give you this, man. The top, according to this one chart here, top 10 songs from the 70s. R&B.
Okay, I'm with it.
All right, number 1, Jackson 5, The Love You Save.
Okay.
Number 2, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, The Tears of a Clown.
Dun, dun, dun.
Exactly.
Dun, 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 dun.
Number 3, the Jackson 5, I Want You Back.
Dun,
Number
dun,
4,
dun.
Jackson 5, ABC.
Easiest 1, 2, 3.
Number 5, Stevie Wonder, Signed, Sealed, Delivered.
I'm yours.
That's right. Number 6, Sly and the Family Stone, Thank You. Fallon. I can't say it right. Valentine.
Hold up.
Nice Elf again.
You know, what you say, man?
I can't. I'm probably not saying it right, bro. It's the Sly and the Family Stone. Thank You, Valentine. Time me. Be myself again.
Okay.
I think they messed it up when they was trying to actually say it. Number 7, The Moment. Love on a Two-Way Street.
Ooh.
Number 8, Diana Ross, Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
Ain't no mountain high.
Number 9, The Fifth Dimension, One Less Bell to Answer. And number 10, The Temptations, Ball of Confusion. That's what the world is today.
Ooh.
So that's the top 10.
Yeah.
You know, and then after that, you know, it just kind of takes off a little bit more. But hey, man, you had some dope music. Like you just said, dope again. You had some really, really good music You had some really, really good as apparently, dressing. I'm not saying that people don't dress today because I
Yeah.
think everything was about style. But it sounds to me like when I talk to anybody who was born of that time and they talk about, or like even when they show you their old pictures and stuff like that, style was a big thing, man. Style was
Style
a big thing.
style is always a big thing. I'ma just say in our culture. Um not
Yeah,
not saying black. Let me make that clear.
yeah.
When I say in
You
our
can say
culture.
that though. That's fine.
No, I can. I unapologetically I can say it. I'm saying
Right.
again, we had this conversation before how different race or just compared to different things of life. Like for example, hip hop is a culture. Hip hop was always about style, right? Now hip hop came in the late '70s, going into the early '80s. So again, even when you go back to the '70s, and it was different genres of music, like P Funk. They had their style of the way they dressed. You know,
That's right.
you
That's
see what
right.
I'm saying? So what
Yeah.
I mean that style is always the way it was. It's like I'm gonna go with another. We gonna go back into the early 2000s, and you have Pharrell. His name was Skateboard P. His fashion was amazing as like a skateboarder. You know what I mean? With the sneakers, like style is just something that's gonna always be a part of us. You know, I was watching an interview the other day with when Dame Dash said majority of all his clothes he wears, he designs them himself. When he was on Shannon Sharp, Club Shay Shay, um, he had on a short sleeve button up shirt with a tie, some shorts on, some socks. I forgot what sneakers. They might have some Air Force Ones or something. But they was like, "What? Tell me about your outfit." He said, "I just made all this, man, so I just wanted to wear it." You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's his style. He
Yeah.
know ain't nobody else gonna dress like him. That man walking around with some basketball shorts on, with a shirt and tie, some socks he designed with some sneakers, walking a little dog, man.
Now see, but now, okay, you done brought it up now. So now, with all of the credit that I'm giving the situation,
Right.
there are some people who test the limits and the bounds of these things. Sometimes, in my opinion, I kind of wonder what's the agenda,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's a difference. Don't get me wrong. You got some people like maybe I don't have a stylish eye. I can admit to that, whatever. Or
Mm-hmm.
maybe I don't understand their style. But then there's some flat out stuff that's just flat out weird to me.
Right.
It's not about me not wearing it because I don't think that everything looks the same on everybody. I
Nah.
just don't. You know what I mean? I think that there are some people who wear certain things well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think that, there are some things that, like sometimes when you look at some of the NBA players, when they get ready to walk in before they get ready to play a game,
Right.
some of the people you could tell they really was going out of their way to say, I'm going to give them something to talk about.
Yeah. It's like they're trying to be too unique.
Yeah, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, don't, sometimes to be so, because I can't tell a person what to do, how to do it, or when to do it, I sit back and I just say, okay, that's how they was feeling. But when I look at some of those pictures, like I was telling you before, like some of the old albums and stuff, you know what I mean, with mom and dad had, and you know, our aunts, our uncles, and and grandparents, and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like when I look at those things, I see I can see the extra effort that
Tell
went
tell them
into it.
tell them tell them they got a little over a half an hour before the powder sales
You,
continue.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? I know, bro. I'm just trying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But
Look
anyway,
at
the
look at
point
look
I
at
was
him.
the
Look at
point
him,
that I
yo.
was
Look at
making.
look at
Anyway, what I was going to say was, is they go. You can tell he went beyond, above and beyond, to make sure that everything was together. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna wear the bright brim with the feather in the side and all that.
Right.
All of that. I'm talking about the feather, that big feather, the one that he used to dip the
I
feather in
can
the ink
see me
and
wearing
sign
that
with.
that feather if I was in the '70s. Oh yeah, I'd have been a feather hat dude.
Which was leading me to that. Like, what do you think your style would have been? Eh? See, that's where actually I was getting to
It's
that. You
funny
know what I mean?
because I would have had multiple, right? I can't see me with the bell bottom. I would have owned them, but I can't see me wearing the bell bottoms as much because I'm already short. I felt like the
Right.
bell bottoms would have been making me a little nauseous, like I'm about to trip or something. You know what I mean? Um, Definitely would have wore the baseball type tees though, because I wore them. Now that stop right here on your sleeve, like how they dressed on What's Happening, like Dwayne.
Yeah.
I definitely would have had some of them. I might have me a nice little bell bottom suit though that fit right. Definitely would have had me some butterfly collars. Know that
You
for
did the
me.
butterfly collar? Butterfly collar?
I did that at the prime in '98.
Oh,
Shit,
God.
shit. I
Wow.
did that on purpose. I was me. I do what I want.
You did it.
Mm-hmm.
You did it. So apparently, you know what I mean? But nah, I mean, I don't know what my style would have been. I don't know what my style would have been. But I do think about it. Like I said, when I look at it, I just see like to me, like they put forth a lot of extra, effort into that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wonder what it would have been like. Like I said, the whole thing we was talking about with the whole thing with the pimping thing. Could you imagine? Could you imagine old school like in the '70s that they had FaceTime?
She was like, "This how it went. It
How'd it
went.
went, bro? How'd it
It
went,
went.
bro?
Bitch, where's you at?
Oh my gosh!
You know that's how it went. That's how it went, man. That's how you said pimping. Everybody forgive
Keep
me.
it, yeah.
We keeping it a buck. He said
Right,
pimping.
right. I don't know why that was the one that popped in my head, but honestly, it was just like because you just think about people trying to basically lie. Like you had jokers somebody. Not jokers now. Jokers might feel away when I say this. You know what I mean? Turn your location off, man. Turn your location off.
Yeah.
you know,
Oh man.
they be done said something slick like, "Don't turn your look. You turn that location off. I'm telling you, you're gonna be dead when I catch up with you."
Every hour you drop a pin.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Exactly.
You hear me?
Exactly.
Can
You
you,
know what I'm
baby?
saying?
Can you dig it? You drop a pin every hour. If you don't do it every hour, you're gonna be on
Yeah.
punishment every 17 minutes. Bitch, you better drop a pin
And then it'd be
and
crazy.
let me know. You better let
Yeah.
me know where you at, and you
Yeah,
better
yeah.
have my money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cash
'Cause
at me.
you don't want cash at me right now. You got a checkpoint. You better be sending me something every 11 a.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m., and before your day is over at 9:30, not 9:31, not
Yeah.
9:29. My shit
Yeah.
better ding at 9:30.
E. Could you imagine it? Could
Drop
you
it.
imagine it?
Drop the
They be
pin.
messing around. They be messing around. They be going live. They phone in their pocket. Don't don't even realize they going live. So they whole live for 15 minutes is a black screen. It sound like you can hear they it's rubbing up against the inside of their pants pocket.
Right.
The whole time I was going live, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, man?
That's why, okay, she been dropping pins. I ain't been able to hear because I was live on Facebook. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Because you just got to think about the evolution of the cell phone that we saw just from
Right.
when we started buying them.
Right.
So just imagine you talking about putting that in back then when you like you was talking about with the LSD and all of that kind of stuff. Now
Yeah.
you gonna give them a phone and you could talk to other people, look at other people through the phone like that and all that. That would have been different, man. That would have been different, man. That wouldn't have been, you know what I mean? I want to know what it would have been like.
I think pimps would have felt like they ain't had to leave.
Right.
If they got up,
They would have had an app too, eh? You know how they got like DoorDash and damn. Think about it. Think about this. I'm not suggesting. I'm not to any modern day pimps. I'm not telling y'all to create no app. But when you think about it, most of the application services that's created is built upon convenience. You know, for example, DoorDash, and, what I mean, Toro, and rideshare services, and all these food platforms, and all of these different things.
Right.
There's an app for it. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying to you. If you imagine the phone back in the day, literally, nobody's standing outside on no corners, none of the streetwalkers, because it's kind of a la carte, bruh. You got people going on applications, picking the person, what kind of performance they want.
Well, you know what that means, right?
Paying the pimp directly.
That's what the app is. The pimp.
Right. No. Well, that's cool.
The app is the pimp.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Well, what's the engine, right? It's the engine.
P-Funk.
You still got it. It's the P-Funk, right? Now, imagine. E. You get on. What's the name of the app? E? You good at stuff like that. What's the name of the app?
What app?
If they was making them,
if it was a pimp app,
if it was a pimp app, if we made an app that what would be the pimp app?
It would be called Pimp. It'd be Point.
There you go, man. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Me.
Uh huh.
I'm gonna take the T out to. Point immediately me to the
yeah. People.
Yeah, there you go. But see,
because in
it's
theory,
it's like OPP. It's like OPP. So if for the females, it would point me to the
right. This is listen.
And for the females, it'd be point.
If somebody really was thinking and they created an app, even if you called it pimp, those letters can be played with a multitude of different ways. There is nobody out on the street, on the corner.
The app is the pimp.
The app, well, the person is able to actually select the actual person, what they're looking to be able to have done, the price.
Somebody right now.
That's what I'm telling you. Somebody's writing this down right now. They're going to jail after this. Put this part in the plan too. Prison at the end. But what I'm gonna say to you is this:
they need to be took to the king.
All these apps, bruh, are made for convenience. If you conveniently made an app where people could actually order through this application certain kind of services, bruh, all the money just based on some of the the investments I have in some of the other things, where I see how the money and all that kind of stuff works. Ain't no where's my money? The money comes before the service.
Yeah.
Like if you imagine, that's why I say some of the things that's in the present time, back then, with some of the mindset and the thoughts that some of those, because I'm gonna tell you, man, some of the stories that I heard about the 70s, it is. I see why those guys celebrate still being alive. Some of them, man.
Yeah, well, see, here's the thing.
I see why, man.
And you're leaning towards a different form of conversation. What it is, though. But see, like people make it seem like the internet changed the world. And the internet did change the world. But I think now people are starting to understand, and this is my, the serious moment for the show, that it's not the internet that's changing the world. It's money. It's the way currency is accepted. You understand what I'm saying? Well, for example, it's like they didn't do a lot of ATM cards and all that type of stuff back then. Everything was cash. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything was cash. But once money became digital in its own way, then it was cool. So it's like the internet is cool because we can go on the internet and order food through or order a ride or anything through anything, any of these things, and actually never have they not a dollar bill is ever touched. For example, if I get a ride from Lyft, I can go on there, use PayPal credit, then pay PayPal credit back from my bank where my paycheck was directed to. I never touched the money.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like I never
Yeah.
touched a dollar bill or anything of that nature. Now, when you saying that money is the thing that's changed everything, this is why now that we're leading to the metaverse, what's going to be big in the metaverse is cryptocurrency. See, long as forms of money keep changing, the world will change. So the real question is, pimps would have had to be versatile to accept all forms of currency.
Yeah, I think that's why I said, like, just imagine the space age element of all of that. If they had phones back there, bro, in the 70s, they would have mastered it like we have them now. You can't. Could you only imagine what the technology would look like that we would have access to now? You know what I mean? And that's just why I just said, like, based on the situation development over convenience. Like, we make light of it and it's joking, but in essence, all those things,
It's
like,
fascinating at the same time.
yeah, because you do wonder, like, there's certain things that didn't exist in the same time period that you would like to see. Like, I don't ever need to meet a dinosaur. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool reading
Nah.
them in books.
Yeah.
But then there are some other things that I do wish I kind of would have seen. Like, I used to say to Pop all the time, me and you laugh and joke about it. But I wish I'd have paid more attention to him, like, when he was doing certain things to, like, cars and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That now I can go on YouTube, bro, not to be funny, but it's just about anything you want to actually kind of look up on YouTube to learn how to do in terms
It's
of,
there.
like, changing something is there.
Mm-hmm.
So all you got to do now is be able to follow basic instructions. Now, just imagine, during that time period, here it is, all of those things that they was doing. We made jokes about some of the things that they would, say, how they would dress, and certain things that they would do even on the streetwalker element of things. But it only would have taken one thing from the now, especially from a technological aspect of things, that would have totally changed probably the trajectory of a lot of different things that we know to today.
Right.
Like, it would have totally been like one day somebody kept looking at that phone cord inside of the house that everybody had that was super long, that you could
Right.
walk from the kitchen all the way into the living room, that when you was on the phone and somebody had to walk by, they would just lift it up and go underneath it or whatever.
Right.
Somebody one day had to say, why don't we just make a cordless phone?
Yeah. Well, before that, somebody said we got to make a cord that's longer because they kept trying to be able to do things and it was too short.
Right. Even better point, right? Like, you had rotary phones, and then you had
Right.
phones that had buttons. And then you had, like you said, the shorter phone. Somebody said we need to make the cord longer. Then somebody said, let's take the cord off it. That way nobody got to walk into it.
Right.
And then all of a sudden somebody said, well, what if I need to use the phone, but I'm not home? Well, you can page me. And then somebody went, you understand what I'm saying? So when you just think about it from the perspective of some of those moments, like, wasn't nobody we talking about P-Funk, we talking about, being in the discos and all that. Wasn't nobody answering no cell phones. Wasn't nobody taking no Facebook selfies in the club back then. Could you imagine what some of them pictures would have looked like?
What's funny is though, if I'm not mistaken, they say the first cell phone. Why the fuck is you choppy? The first cell phone was actually created in the 40s. That's what's blowing my mind. I don't know how true that is.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I believe I read somewhere. Could have been a night. It had a lot of liquor in me or something. I don't know.
I mean, bruh, the disco ball, according to history, was widely used in nightclubs in the 1920s, man.
Yeah.
In the 1920s. And actually, it's crazy because it's actually more or less fun fact situation. It's been stated that a place in Louisville, Kentucky, place is named Omega National Products, claims to make 90% of the disco balls used in the United States during the disco craze. You know what I mean? And they still supplying them to this day. So
I'm going to get one.
Yeah, well, all you got to do is take the mirrors that you be using to get your medication, bust one of them up, put it on the basketball, and put a string on it. Everything you need, man.
No, we
Everything
doing
you
this
need.
or that or who's, man. You sitting here on some bullshit now.
We're gonna do this. Or would you rather?
Would you rather?
Let's go.
Welcome to another episode of Would You Rather? Would you rather grow up in the 70s or in this time? We don't know. But nevertheless, we're going to get to the show. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to another edition of Would You Rather, where I ask you a series of questions and I eventually get an answer. Here we go. Would you rather have the ability to fly or the ability to make yourself invisible whenever you want?
I think you asked me this shit like 2 weeks ago.
I did. I want to see if you got a good enough memory. I know what you said the first time, and so do everybody else.
I don't know what I said the first time. Depends what mood I am, man. Sometimes I want to be invisible.
Yeah, because that perv. That's what I said to you, the same thing.
Yeah, sometimes I want to be invisible, but yeah, I think I'll be invisible. Okay. I can fly on a plane now.
Right. Very good point.
But invisible, I don't have to pay for the flight ticket.
Right. Would you rather have to never work again? You would have enough money to live a comfortable life, or never be able to fall asleep again. Look, you would suffer no negative effects from not sleeping.
Man, not have to work again. That's easy as hell. I like taking naps, man.
Well, you had to think about it for a second.
No, I was really I was trying to figure out where the catch was at. Like, that shit easy.
Nah, ain't no catch. Sometimes it's just straightforward.
Some people don't like to go to sleep. Cause sleep is the cousin of death. That's how they feel. Shit. Let me take a nap and have enough money not to do nothing.
That's when the joker take the song too serious. Don't listen to that lyrics, man. You better go on to bed. Would you rather be in prison for 1 year in a maximum security prison with the most hardcore criminals, or be in prison for 10 years in a low security prison with Wall Street type of criminals?
Give me 10 with the Wall Street.
You don't want to do 365 with the animals?
Nah.
You might just have to go beast mode for a year, eh?
I'm not worried about the fight. I want to learn.
You're going to learn how to be a criminal from other criminals. Either way.
Nah. Look at the Wall Street Trapper.
Yeah, that's a great success story. Mm-hmm. Real good success story.
So my thing is, as long as I can have conjugal visits, I'm good. And what it said.
Would you rather be able to have the ability to breathe underwater or the ability to see at night as though it was daytime?
Breathe underwater.
That was an easy one, y'all. If y'all know E, I knew that one before I even
I don't swim. I don't know how to swim. I ain't gonna hide that shit. Still get in the pool. I was driving a speedboat earlier this week.
Yeah. Right. So your fears didn't stop you from your experiences.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. Would you rather be the worst basketball player in the NBA? Listen to everything I'm saying. Would you rather be the worst basketball player in the NBA or be the world's greatest video game player?
Worst in the league.
Why?
I'm in the league. League minimum about 500,000 a year. Some shit like that. Look it up when you get a chance. Not right now. What's the NBA's league minimum?
Nah. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Would you rather have no nose or no ears? Now, I had to throw the weird one in there. Gotta go with it, man. Come on, man.
God damn, man. Is the nose on my face and I just can't smell?
You don't have one. No.
Do I not have the senses, or do I don't physically have a nose?
You don't physically have a nose.
All right, no nose, man. I'd rather have my ears. I need to hear, bro. I gotta hear music. I gotta hear, man.
Okay, all right, that's fair enough. Would you rather be forced to wear wet underwear or wet socks?
Give me the wet drawers, man. My feet can't be wet and walking, man. You know, a wet ass, you just keep walking, it'll dry eventually. But that wet feet, wet socks, I'm taking them off.
Damn, man. Oh, my Goodness gracious, man.
I was on P mode in Mexico too a lot, man.
There you go. There you go. I already know. You was off the P Funk for real. Yeah. Would you rather would you rather commit a terrible crime and get away with it, but live in fear of being caught, or get jailed for 2 years for a crime you did not commit?
Okay, I need to hear that. That question had a lot going on.
Would you rather commit a terrible crime and get away with it, but live in fear of being caught, or get jailed for 2 years for a crime you did not commit?
As crazy as it sounds, the second part of it.
Nah, don't sound crazy.
I'll do the two because the whole time I'm gonna be trying to prove to them that it wasn't me. And when they find out it wasn't me, I'm gonna get bread. Then when I get that bread from that, they gonna have a movie about me, like Hurricane Carter. I'm gonna have books and shit. I'm gonna turn that into a life-changing experience because it really is going to be what it's going to be. But to live in fear of getting caught, that's not easy, bruh.
That's not. Hey, man.
That's not easy.
That's not. Would you rather Would you rather your fingers become as long as your legs, or your legs become as long as your fingers?
What type of Oompa Loompa dumb shit is this, man? Fingers as long as my legs, or legs as long as my fingers? So you trying to tell me I'm short like this? If I got finger legs?
You might be, bro.
Or I'm like,
you might be.
fuck that question, man. I'm not answering that one, man.
Let's go. Would you rather wake up and find yourself in the middle of a desert, or wake up and find yourself in a rowboat in the middle of the ocean?
Desert, man. Desert.
I know, because one wavy.
You over. Bitch, I ain't gonna lie. I thought I was over in that speedboat several times. That was the longest half hour of my life, bitch. I'm yang. That bitch went up. Yang. Pow. When you hit that water, you hit that shit hard. Like, pow. You be like, oh, it's over for me.
What's hard, what's more difficult is the reality of when you're in the air, you know that impact's coming. Would you rather hold up. I told you that one already. I'm going to ask you that one. Would you rather have a muscular body and look very fit, but be very weak, or look out of shape and be overweight, but incredibly strong?
See, that's weird as shit. And that's a trick question because you want to be strong, but being overweight and out of shape, be very strong, it's not necessarily a smart thing because at the end of the day, if your organs ain't right, you ain't gonna live long, man. Nah. So I'd rather be in shape and be weak. I don't even know how that actually fucking goes, but I hear you. That don't make sense.
Last one. It's gonna be a thinking one for real. Would you rather have the ability to convince anyone to do anything you want, but have them hate you for it afterwards, or never be able to convince anyone to do anything but be loved by every person you interact with? Yeah.
Nobody's going to be loved by every person, and nobody's going to be hated by everybody. So that's what makes this question very tricky.
It's a loaded question to some degree.
It's a very loaded question because, first of all, if you're going to hate me for convincing you how to make $1 billion, then fuck you.
Well, that's one way to
But
look
if you're
at it.
going to love me because I allow you to sniff coke and die,
Yeah.
then you're stupid. So that's stupid. So I guess I'll go with the hate one because I'm only gonna convince you to do stuff positive. I'm not gonna convince you to do to use it against you. I'm not gonna do that. Like that's just not in me. I'm gonna convince you to be great. If you hate me for making you be great, then so be it. I'm hated. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the last one, I'm just gonna get my little spill on that joint real quick before we wrap that part of it up. But once again, to reiterate the question, and to everybody who's listening, would you rather have the ability to convince anyone to do anything you want, but have them hate you for it afterwards? Key word in that situation, in my opinion, is afterwards.
Yeah.
Or never be able to convince anyone to do anything but be loved by every person you interact with. So addressing it from the afterwards word, you know, if I see you in a position um, winning or in a position to have success in your life,
Right.
and you feel a way about me afterwards, I can sleep calmly and peacefully at night knowing
Absolutely.
that you received what I was saying,
Yeah.
and you didn't do it because I told you, but you did it. I happen to have a hand in introducing it to you, and
Right.
now you and your family succeed for. So I can live like you said. That would be the same way that I
Like,
would go.
cause all I'm
You
gonna
know,
try to do is convince you to believe in your power. Like that don't mean I'm responsible for your power.
right?
I'm
So
just going to
that's
convince you to, like, okay. Some people would rather try and to fail than not try at all.
right.
So if I convinced you to try and you
Yeah.
succeeded and you hate me later,
Right.
I'm cool.
That's why the point I was going to make with the situation being afterwards. If you ever think about it, anybody who does anything with any kind of kids or anything like that, hate is a strong word.
Right.
Hate is a very strong word, right? So, and more often than not, if you hate, if you have hate for anything that I say or present to you, because hate is a strong word,
Strong, very strong word.
um, then I think that there has already been some questionable situations there anyway,
It has to be. You can't
right?
hate me off of giving you advice to make you great. You had to hate me for something
Right.
else I done did with you.
So the point, like in that situation, like I may say something to my kids, they don't hate me, but they're not happy with what I'm saying.
Right.
I may say something to my wife, she don't hate me, but she's not happy with what I'm saying. But if you do what you do and it works out, then I can sleep good knowing that my influence on what I say to you is actually what puts you in a position. I don't need no credit for that. I don't need no pat in the back. I don't need no parade or nothing like that, no celebration. But I can live with that way better than just being liked or being loved on the strength of who I interact with. Because the second part of or never be able to convince anybody to do anything. I'm more likely in a situation to turn around because we've all done this. There's been things that I have said to close friends, you know what I mean, loved ones, and all that kind of stuff. That I said the exact same thing as somebody else, and when they said it, it was actually received differently.
All the time.
And the crazy thing about that situation is I may have presented that same thing, but knowing that the person that I was originally going to say it to may resent me for it later, because I'm not going to say hate me, but resent me for it later.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I might indirectly go the other way just to suit it that way,
Yep.
to know it's going to go across the way that I needed to go, and then I avoid the whole.
It's like somebody asks you, should I wear the red one or the blue one? And you really want them to wear the blue one, you tell them the red, because they're gonna always pick the opposite of what you pick. Hey, go with the red one. Yeah, I think I wear the blue one. Okay. And I ain't gonna lie, I done told my wife that before. I done did that a couple times to you, babe. 'Cause every time I done pick something, you be like, yeah, let's go to the other one. You don't realize it, so yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. I picked that one.
Right.
And I really don't want you to wear that one. I want you to wear that one. But
And your input is limited anyway.
right.
Right? Your input is limited anyway because, like for instance, if they ask you a question, you can't ask one back. You can't say something like, if it's the red one or the blue one, and you go, what you rocking with it? They might be like, well, why does that matter? And it'd be like, so I can have a limited opinion. I can't have my opinion. I can only have a limited opinion. Because if I turn around and let's just say I think the red one's nice, but I don't ask the question that I get to ask, and then you put it all together, the whole ensemble comes together, and I look and go, damn, that's all right, but I think the blue one probably look better with some sneaks.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking you, babe.
Yeah.
What else are you wearing with it?
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But close us out on that one, brother.
Yeah,
That was
because
another week
it's
in Would You
closeout
Rather.
time. That was another episode of Would You Rather. And that's just the end of it. All right. Hey, man, listen, man. This is episode 70, man. And we want to know. In the comments, what would you have loved to see from the 70s now in the 20s? In the 2020s? If you lived in the 70s and you're watching our show, that would have you think would have been a good thing. But we do want to know this. We do want to thank you for this, for watching the show, for listening to the show.
Absolutely.
We're 70 episodes in.
Yeah.
That's something to laugh about, scream about, put magical music on, put crickets on, drums, scary shit, you know what I mean? All that, man. All that.
Right.
70.
70 episodes in, y'all.
70 episodes in.
And y'all been riding with us and rocking out with us each and every week, and we appreciate it. Like he said, leave down in the comments, man. Anybody who, want to share anything that they, experienced from the 70s that they wish they could have brought with them into the 2020s, like he said, whatever, man. Like we say each and every week, just please share the content, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. However you want to tune in, you can follow it and check it out on YouTube. Follow us on our Instagram page at the Porch 30 on Instagram, and you got our personal. I know you got it right there, the Porch 30 on Instagram. You got our personal pages. Like I said, if you want to actually see us, we're on YouTube. You want to hear us and you're on the go, you can check us out on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Audible, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Overcast, Radio Public. Did I forget somebody?
Amazon Music.
Amazon Music, and like I said, check it out on I think did I say Red Circle?
You just did.
Just now. So, like I said, y'all, each and every week we appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in with us. It's been 70 weeks, man. We loving the ride. We appreciate y'all being there with us, man. And hey, man, we look forward to the next episode, baby.
That's what I mean?
It's been P-Funk, episode
P-Funk.
70, P-Funk. Hope y'all enjoy the show, man.
All right, man.
Peace.
Peace.